Hey guys, this is our team mashup. Second call of the year. First call of the year. It's 2018. It's January 10th. And today we're going to do just a quick overview for some of those that hadn't been able to get to Super Saturday, Sunday. And then just wanted to talk about goal setting, and then also just getting ourselves set up for success in 2018. But one quick announcement that I did want to share with you guys. My coach, Samantha, is quitting. And I spoke to corporate, and I got transferred over to, my cat's behind me, to Janelle Summers. So my coach is officially, as of last night, Janelle Summers. So I just wanted to let you guys know that. We wish Samantha the best. There's no hard feelings. She is going a different route, and that's wonderful for her, and I'm excited for her. And but the best direction for me was to go directly under Janelle, and I got the thumbs up for that, and I am good to go. So I definitely wanted to share that. The other thing, I know she's going to watch this tomorrow. I wanted to give a big what to Marcia for her amazing, courageous run in Disney, doing the 5K, 10K, half marathon, full marathon. Oh my goodness, how to get that all out.
Yay, she's officially a dope.
A dope. Is that what it's called? A dope.
It's the Dopey Challenge.
Okay. Woohoo! I was going to say something and I lost my track. But thumbs up to Marcia. Woohoo! Woohoo! So, as you guys know, the nutrition plan has come out for 80-Day Obsession. Everybody's fumbling around trying to get that all straight. Autumn, if you are in the test group, has been sharing a ton of information, overload, brain gonna explode amount of information. But the one thing that I can tell you, if you are following the plan, and I'm going to share this in our group as well with our challengers, I know I have a couple of challengers in our group, is stick to the plan. If you're going to do this and you want to see a transformation, and I'm saying this to myself as well, we have to stay strict to the plan and the way that she created it. There's no, even because Samantha was helping me plan my meals a little bit, and she's like, well, can't we move this container to that day and to this meal option? I'm like, nope. I'm like, it's a hard no. You got to stay where it is. If you're working out early in the morning, make sure you try to get that pre-workout meal in. You can swap it out for Shakeology. There's a ton of different things, ton of different ways, and we can talk about it as nauseum. I know Kirsten wanted to maybe do a call maybe in 2 weeks about the nutrition plan and how time nutrition works and things like that. But that's come out. We start on Monday. Our group starts on Monday. And I'm excited. Rebecca, I know you're excited. This is gonna be huge, huge. And from what I've been hearing from some top coaches, when 21 Day Fix came out and they rode that wave, they say that this is gonna have the same magnitude. It's gonna be huge. And I'm excited for it. I apologize for the fight behind me. But it's going to be huge. So let's just trust the process. As Autumn keeps saying, trust the process. Let's lean in. Let's just go and full force and just enjoy the ride for ourselves, but for our customers as well. So from Summit, it was 80-Day Obsession. It was the nutrition plan. And in the second quarter, they did mention the new food plan, which is To Be Mindset. I haven't fully looked into it myself, but it's going to be like a separate sort of, and Rebecca, correct me if I'm wrong, a separate entity from Beachbody On Demand, where it's going to have its own videos, its own app, kind of like the tracker, right? And it's separately, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a separate page to log into, and it's all video based.
Right.
So it's like a series of videos to kind of help teach you about changing your mindset and
about food and stuff like that. So that's going to be something really cool that in the second quarter we'll be able to share with our customers as well. In April, the beach bars are coming out. I'm excited about those. I can't remember what the flavors were. I think one was like chocolate,
It was
like a peanut butter chocolate, and then
peanut
like
butter, and then it was a chocolate cherry almond.
right, like a berry. Yeah.
Almond
It
butter.
looked phenomenal. They look delicious. I'm hoping they are. I'm hoping my kids like them. I'm hoping. Also, they talked about Team Cup. And this is something that I had never experienced before. And I experienced this in November when I did the November to Remember. I blew up. And I like pushed hard. I kept pushing the guy that I was working with. We like pushed each other. And I think that we can definitely ride this wave with 80 Day Obsession. We'll be a little over about 2 to 3 weeks into it. So I think that if you guys are up for it, let's talk about it maybe next call to maybe pull together a team, because I think now is the time to kind of dig deep for it. So that registration is the 15th, but we can register obviously before February, and we can talk about that some more. Success Club trip for 2019. Registration for Elite and all those upper people started on Monday. Emails should be coming out soon for the rest of us. And that's going to be exciting. They did it the same way that, from what I hear, they're doing it the same way they did it last year, where you do have to pay a deposit, unfortunately. And I think it's non-refundable, I think. But the FAQs are out there. You can gather some information. I'm trying to think. So from our Super Saturday, right? It was Saturday this year. Yeah, Super Saturday. One of the things that struck a chord with Rebecca and I was one of the people talked about the part-time opportunity. And I don't know about you guys. I have a couple of discount customers, right? Or part-time people, which was me before. Not really, but sort of. We need to look at those types of people as part-timers. And the way that they described it, and Rebecca, chime in anytime, the way that they described it and the way the woman was really talking about this, it blew my mind, because we all have an opportunity to do this business in different ways, in different forms. And, you know, even though you're not doing the business like I'm doing it, or Rebecca's doing it, or anybody else is doing it, you can still run your business. Right? You can still talk about the products. You can still share on social media. Instead of sharing, like I share maybe 5 or 6 times a day on the different social media platforms, you can do it 2 to 3 times a day. Things like that. Or talking to your girlfriends, your family members, whatever it may be. But that's definitely something to think about when you do have a discount customer. They can become your part-time coach and then, part-time opportunity coach, which then can evolve into bigger and better things. What else did we talk about in our... Was there anything else that struck a chord with you?
Like one of the things that came up, they talked about just briefly, was just some of the different ways to get out there. And they talked about having like the shake and share party or thing like that. And I was like, oh, got me the mind kind of spinning around a little, and like, oh, well, I can do that, or I can have people over, or do like a combo party with a friend that does something else, and have samples out for people to try the different flavors, and or make little energy balls and different things for people to try. So just different ways of trying to get people together to get them thinking about it.
Mm-hmm. I agree, because I remember you and I were started to talk about that afterwards. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and I think this was on the big one, was the main video was being the comeback kid. Mm. And this is huge. I mean, we all have highs and lows, and we have to remember that it's January. We have a new calendar. It's a new year, and we can come back, and it's now what matters. And it's funny that I'm even saying that because Marcia and I had talked about this too, is that for 2018, it's the year of me, meaning me being Jody, Rebecca being Rebecca. It's the year of you. It's the year of let's come back, let's work on who you are and what you believe in and push it forth. And you can come back. You might have not have hit any Success Club, which was terrible for myself, for example. And truth be told, it's not for lack thereof trying, but I'm now maybe tweaking the way that I speak to people, or like one of the women had said, if you word vomited, right, and you're going through your scroll or your messages and you're like, holy crap, what the hell did I send this person? It's okay. You can go back and say, hey, I am so sorry. I was just super excited about this upcoming group, and I know that I just overshared. Let's take a step back. How you doing? What's going on? I saw that you went to Disney, or I saw that you guys just went on vacation. How was it? You kind of like take a step back and breathe, which I thought was pretty cool, because there's so many times that when we start, we're so excited because we know that the products work. We know what it can do for you and we want to share, but we're like, I've done it. Believe me. I'm sure I did it to Rebecca when I was talking to her. But it's one of those things that we step back, we look at it, we apologize profusely, but we tweak it to make it here and now. And we learn from it. Yeah, see, one of the things I wrote was start with you, work on you, is one of the things that I wrote for 2018. Was there anything else that I missed that you think we should add or share?
I think that covered a lot of it. Like you said, just making sure when you're having those conversations and messages back and forth that you're being conversational. Like actually think about it, like how you talk to somebody when you're in a store, like the quick little, hey, like your pants, hey, where'd you get those? Like right. Simple things. It doesn't have to be a whole drawn out long thing.
Right. And it's so funny too, because we tend to forget, like if I'm having a conversation with you and, you're a new friend, I don't know you, but I see that you're a runner, for example, like you were outside running in the crazy cold weather, I may, instead of going and through word vomiting, I'd be like, okay, I saw that you were running outside. That's incredible because I hate the cold. I admire that. Was it a good run? Something like that. No, I totally agree with you on that. But yeah, so guys, basically, that was soup to nuts what we got out of Super Saturday. And I can't express it enough just how incredible those events are. And how much you get around being surrounded by your community, whether you're in Indiana, you're in Michigan, you're in, Florida, you're in Connecticut, wherever you are, there is a community of like-minded men and women that are support you and love you regardless. And I've seen a major difference from this community from going to the New York Council. And this is just, I love this community, the Connecticut Council, for me a lot more because I can, what is it called? I see myself relating to them better than I did with the New York Council. That was basically what I was getting to. But let's talk about 2018. I know everybody talks about setting a New Year's resolution, setting themselves up for success, hitting goals. But I think the main thing that we need to just basically stop and think about is, instead of, let's do this. Set 3 goals for the year. Whether it's finishing 80-day obsession, or for O'Brien, for example, getting certified in Quarter Force. Set like 3 big goals for yourself for 2018. And then 2 monthly goals, whether it's within your business, whether it's for yourself personally. And actually, I'm going to share a sheet that I filled out actually a couple of weeks ago, and I'm looking at it, and I keep looking at it. It's top priorities and my 12-month goal. And basically, you write down your top 5 priorities. For example, it was for me personal development and more training. It was my family and my home, growing my business, teaching quarter force and maybe something else, and learning Instagram and Facebook. So I really have a grasp of it. And then basically what the next step is that you take each top priority and you break it down on how you're going to achieve that. So for example, we'll do personal development and training. So it would be doing my affirmations, listening to more podcasts, and actually sitting and reading a book.
Crazy, right?
I know. Oh my God. I may actually have time for that.
And read, but
I know. Oh, God. Maybe I'll start reading during baseball when that starts now. But that's kind of along the lines of what I did for each one of those 5 topics. You should break it down. And then my 12 months goals were, again, business and personal. So it was to prove to myself that I can do it. So for example, to give you an example, obviously, if you don't know, most of you should know, is that as of January 31st, my full-time job is ending and I'll be home. And I need to prove to myself, which I know in my heart that I can do it, that I can build my business, I can do my virtual assistant gigs, and I can teach quarter force. So I want to prove to myself that I can do that. I wrote down Success Club 10 every month, add 2 coaches every month, going and getting, or earning rather, my Success Club trip for 2018. More hours as virtual assistant, reaching diamond, travel more, finish 80-day obsession, and I think that's all. But it's written down. You know, some of these goals and some of these things are scary. Some of them are crazy, but they're achievable, you know, and it's making sure that you set the time to each and every day to do the things that you need to do to further yourself, whether it's personally, whether it's within your business, whatever it may be. You know, we set the time to do our workouts, which now are going to be an hour. But we need to also set the time to build our business. And those are some of the things that I'm going to be working on for myself. So because my world's changing, I'm not going to have an 8 to 4:30. I need now to switch how I do things and how I stay consistent with my work and my day and all that kind of stuff. But if what I'll do probably tomorrow is I'll share this in the files on the team page so that you guys can have that. And if you'd like to keep you accountable on it, we'll share images of everybody's sheets so that we know that you're doing it. And I'll be more than happy to share mine. But it's one of those things is that I've never been good with actually just writing it down and saying, I'm going to do that. I mean, I keep looking up at my bulletin board because I have a vision board and I'm looking at it and I'm like, yeah, I always fall short. And it's funny. I think I shared a video of Will Smith talking about failure. And I think I said it in my post tonight, that failure for me, the more I fail, when I step back up and I listen to myself and I rethink of like, oh my God, I messed up on that spreadsheet. I'll use that as an example. Or I cannot believe I screwed up. But then I take a step back and I'm like, let me look at the situation. All right, let me take the positives from it, pat myself on the back. But the negatives, how can I improve upon that the next time? And that's how we have to look at this is, okay, let's put 2017 to rest. Let's think about the positives in our business and in our growth and our journeys and what we came from that. Let's see what we didn't do and how we can improve upon it in 2018. So that's basically what I was thinking of tonight. And just, you know, if you need a vision, if you're visual and you need that vision board, we can do a vision board call one night. But it's all about setting attainable goals, but then also setting goals that are hairy, scary, Larry. Because those goals are the ones that are going to light the fire under your ass. Because I know it does it for me. Brian, I know that you're still push and play, but you have any comments? Rebecca, you got any comments? Anything you guys want to share? Thoughts, struggles, achievements, anything?
I definitely, I would like to see that goal setting sheet because I do need to work more on getting the concrete goals down so I have them in front of me and know what I need to work on. Because I get the thoughts in my head and then kind of spew out and do whatever instead.
You know what I've also been doing sometimes too is, like, you know how you messaged me the idea of the PAL building?
Mm-hmm.
I actually send myself little notes in Messenger. I've been doing that.
Okay.
What about you, O'Brien?
1 second. Breathe. I think for me, I think the only thing I try to do anyway, in regards to when you're mentioning about, when you're doing the verbal diarrhea, getting overly excited, and you're talking to a prospect or whatever. The one thing, like that happens to everybody. It happens to me. You know what I mean? I literally, because I think it's because we're in it, right? And we know how fantastic this thing is.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just so excited to share, right? So for me, what I end up doing, I literally end up catching myself. I was like, okay, you're too excited. Like, you're up here. I need to bring it down here, right? So I just, it's a conscious thought that comes to my head, and I kind of bring myself down, and then I flip it right then and there, and I just start on them in regards to asking them questions. You know what I mean? So, so what have you been doing? And, how long have you been doing it? What's good about it? What's bad about it? You know what I mean? And just sort of digging into their lives. So there's that, right? And the other aspect of it too is something that I've kind of been working on myself a lot recently, is the fact that even though, exactly what you said, even though when you did you do the verbal diarrhea, and then it's after, it's long gone, and then you think about it after the fact, and you're like, oh my God, I was just blah, 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 like this. The thing for me is don't be afraid to go back, right? A lot of us kind of, at least for me, I kind of stop and I think maybe I just burned that bridge. You know what I mean? I think I just lost that. It was an opportunity. I screwed it up with my verbal diarrhea. Okay, I'm just gonna pretend like it never happened, and okay, just kind of move on or whatever. I think the one thing I've been doing is just try going back. You know what you did. Okay, well, let's be smarter about it this time, right? Just try, right? And that's the one thing for me lately I've been sort of doing, just trying shit. Don't be afraid to fail. Exactly what you're saying. And I'm going to watch that Will Smith thing, by the way. It sounds really interesting. So it's just don't be afraid to fail. Just try it. Go back to the person, reach back out, find some way to open up that dialogue again. At least that way you tried and versus not trying and constantly wondering, and maybe have it somehow, maybe it's just me, but secretly eat you up inside. Every time you see that person on Facebook, whatever, you're like, damn, I really screwed that up.
I've done it. Yeah.
So.
And the worst is when they do something else.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that's just my comment. It's almost like the whole Gary Vaynerchuk type of thinking, who, in pardon my language, who gives a fuck what anybody else thinks? That's exactly how he says it. Just, you're there for you. You're a good person. You're doing good. You're not here to scam anybody or do anything underhanded. You believe in the product. You believe in yourself. So why not? Why let that belief or, you know what I mean? That fear hold you back. You believe in it because you know it works. You know it's a good thing. And all we're doing is sharing. So fine, you screw up. Everybody screws up. Human. We're all humans. Whatever. Just try it. At least you'll know. You will know. And who knows? The second time, it might not work the second time, but 6 months later, that person might come back to you and say, you know what, 6 months ago, when you came back to me, I was like, kind of stuck with me, but I wasn't ready, but now I'm ready. Like, who knows, right? So that's just my feedback, my comment for that.
That's awesome. And out of curiosity, how are things going since you guys have to take a break? Are you still connecting with people, talking to people, like growing yourself so that come June, boom, everybody's ready?
Yeah, like it's funny. I've been going through like, it's tough, right? It's really hard. I've been going through waves of like, okay, let's go, right? And then I have another wave of like, of the fact of the inactivity from the business aspect. Like, it kind of gets to me a little bit, and I'm just like, it kind of brings me down, the fact that I really can't do anything. So when I hit those lows, I just remind myself to say, well, like you just said, you know what? Love the process. Mm-hmm. So the process means like reaching out to new people, being consistent with my posts, providing value, or trying to provide value with each post that I do, right? Mm-hmm. So, I mean, it's one of those things that's kind of like, well, that's kind of what gets me through it. The consistency and trusting the process, loving the process, doing my workouts, that has not stopped, right? So I'm like, that's what's getting me through it. So like I said, it's waves, like really like reaching out and high activity. And then it gets to me a little bit like, frig, man, like I still got to wait till like at least April to sign back up to really start the business. But at the same time, it's like, well, this is all time where I need to like really like triple down and just really work it, right? So
at least you'll have our test group so that you can hone your skills and get yourself ready.
Yeah.
But I mean, honestly, this is a good opportunity too, because you'll see things that you like and you can use. You can see things you're like, I'm not going to use that, or I won't do that. And since it's such a long group, you'll see, when it's dead, what not to do, or when it's like busy, what to do, that sort of thing. And this is, I can't wait for you guys to get back, because I know that you guys, it's funny too, because I had mentioned it to my husband the other day. I'm like, they're going to like skyrocket, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to see it.
No pressure.
Oh, no, but still, it's, unfortunate the situation, but you guys are still present. You guys are still doing what you do. And shit, your wife looks awesome, by the way. I did a post today. I was like, girl, you look great. But no, I think in 2018, and I don't know if you probably heard me earlier, this program, this 80-day obsession program, is going to be such a huge, huge thing for Beachbody and us coaches. And I've heard it from so many upper coaches. We need to dig deep and ride this wave, because there was a lot of them that rode that 21-day fix wave. Yeah. And I was one of those buyers. I bought it. I was in it. I was in the extreme groups. And it was just insane. Absolutely insane.
You know what? Like I've been like sort of in other groups and whatnot. And one other thing I want to make a comment about the 80-day obsession is the fact that I've seen a lot of these like high ranking coaches with massive teams. Like the way they're working it, man, it's like it's just genius. Okay, it's a way, and I don't want to say like they're building up a hype, because it's not necessarily a hype. Like it's like you got to think of it like from a business perspective. And I know it's said a billion times, like it's your business, it's your business. But when you really see these high ranking coaches, like how they really work it. And it's like a huge marketing like deployment. There's something going on about it, if not every day, every other day, and it's like building this momentum even before it even starts, right? So it's like this huge buildup, and it's like when I sit back and I'm watching it as like further back as a non-coach, so to speak, but I'm just like, these freaking guys are just brilliant, man. Like you can actually see it. You can see the marketing aspect happening. And I think like that's one thing for me anyway, that I really need to like absorb myself to say like, like it's an opportunity, a marketing opportunity to launch your business. And it's not a key word or a flashy word, like it's real deal, right? So it's like, it's amazing when I see these guys just do it. And I'm just like, holy cow. Like not just 80-day obsession, like some people are like, okay, well, they built up the 80-day obsession, and now it's like, okay, well, who wants to do 3-day refresh before 80-day? And they're ramping that up, right? So it's like they've built up this wave for 80-day, and then it's like, well, now they're like building up this other wave of 3-day refresh before 80-day, and it's like, holy smokes, like this is pure genius. So yeah, it's very fascinating to see.
And it's interesting your perspective too, because you have obviously a different perspective than Rebecca and I would have, because technically an outsider, we'll say. But it's interesting how you have a step back and you're looking at it from a different perspective. And you're right. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, like, I also hear like people aren't necessarily buying Shakeology. They're buying more of the performance line, you know, and that's huge. I mean, it's just, I'm excited. I mean, we can talk about this for hours, but I'm going to just end the video real quick. I just want to say, everybody, let's dig deep. Let's trust the process and have a phenomenal 2018. And I hope to see a lot more of you in 2 weeks. Topic to be determined. I'm hoping Kirsten will talk about the nutrition plan some more, and we'll have some insight being in it for the last 2 weeks. But I hope you guys are doing well, and I'm going to end the recording.